What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. This is Stockholm Gunner and this is the live stream for today, and we're going to be talking about today the transfer signings that we have been doing, right? The players that we brought in right under this transfer window. It's only 6 players that we brought in, and I want to talk about each one of them and who will perform pretty well under Mikel Arteta's system. I know for the fact that it is only Supermende and Victor Gyökeres that will be amongst our starting 11. Everybody else are backups. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they will not have an impact on our season. And I think few of them will surprise us. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in and talk about them individually, each one of them. And we kickstart with our backup goalkeeper. The backup goalkeeper, Kepa, is the one I want to talk about. 1 second, I just need to turn off my telephone and so I don't get interrupted while I'm doing my stream. So let's jump in. What we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about the first player. The first player is the goalkeeper, and I think this guy is an excellent signing for us. I really do think so. And the fact that they actually got him for 5 million only is a steal. It really isn't a steal. And this is a basically what they're saying on the Arsenal website about the player. They give us a little bit insight from his history and so on. So we're going to read through it and then I give you my point of view on the player. The Spaniard shot stopper arrived from Chelsea in July 2025, right? Having spent the previous 2 seasons on loan at Real Madrid and Bournemouth. Hailing from the north of Spain, he began his career with Atletico Bilbao, joining them at the academy at the age of only 10 years old, right? And he progressed to the first team and via spells with the Baskonia and Bilbao. He also spent valuable time on a loan with the Ponferradina and Real Valladolid before establishing himself with Bilbao as one of the top goalkeepers in his homeland. In August 2018, Kepa became the world's most expensive goalkeeper, right, when he joined Chelsea. During his time in Chelsea, he was part of the squad that lifted the Champions League, the European League, the Super Cup, the Club World Cup. Now that is an impressive CV. With all those titles, I have to say it is a very impressive. And this is one of the reasons that I say the fact that we got him for 5 million, it is a steal. It really isn't a steal. In 2023/24, he returned to Spain to join Real Madrid on a loan. He played his part as the club went on to win the Champions League and the Spanish Super Cup. Kepa then spent last season with Bournemouth, making 35 appearances in all competition. And I seen him play for Bournemouth. I really did see him playing for Bournemouth. And I think he actually performed pretty well, very well for Bournemouth. The reason why I actually watched Bournemouth was the fact that they were playing such attractive football, right? And the fact that they were playing such attractive football, I said to myself, you know what? This team is actually pretty impressive. They are very impressive. And Kepa was doing his thing. He really was doing his thing. And he was praised by the manager over there. He really was. Having represented Spain at the youth level, they say, he made his senior debut in a 5-0 win against Costa Rica in November 2017 and has gone to make 13 senior appearances for his country, as well as winning the 2023 UEFA Nations League. Now, this guy I really do think he is a steal for 5 million. And I'm thinking really, this guy could actually, he could be one of those goalkeepers that's actually too good to be a second goalkeeper, right? So he could be in there and competing with Raya. He really could be in there competing with Raya. So it will be interesting to see what he will do. And I think he will have an impact in our season. I really do think so, because Arteta will probably play him in the Carabao Cups, the FA Cups, and against the lower league, against the lower position in the league. He will probably play him and give David Raya a bit of a rest. I really do think so. I really do think so. And I think he will have an impact in our season. I really do think so. That is the backup goalkeeper, my people. And I think he will have an impact. I really do think he will have an impact. And this is what his former manager said. Areola said today, this was from September 2024, right? Today he has been amazing. I think he's looking very solid, and he has done some very good games, right? And but today he had, apart from good decisions on the ball in the back line, that is very young. And I think we needed this experience, the calmness of the player. He shows from, they said he shows, and from David Smith and from Lewis Cook, from Kepa, to help the other players. Basically what he's saying is that he has kept the youngsters in check, and he has kept his cool, and that experience is needed, he said, for that team. Right? He's talking about Bournemouth. This is Areola talking about Bournemouth. And he kept his cool, and he helped his teammates to perform. And that's what you need from an experienced player, experienced goalkeeper like Kepa. Definitely. That is Kepa. I think he will have an impact in our season. I really do think so. And he will be one of those players that will actually surprise few of the Arsenal fans. Next, we're going to jump to let's have a look. It is Christian Mosquera. Christian Mosquera, the defender, the 21-year-old that we brought from Valencia, right? This could be another steal. It could be another steal, and I think he could have a very good season. Let's see what Ben Mattinson said about this player. It is fair to say Mosquera will be appreciated now. One of the best ground duelers and a wide channel defenders, just not for his age. Mosquera and Calafiore as the right and left central defenders. Depth is insane, he said. Should be able to rotate much more now while still maintaining a high performance level. Now, they really do rate this player. They really do rate this player. And I think he could be also one of those players that will have a profound impact in our season. Why? Because he is quick. He really is quick. And he's a good defender. And he wins his duels. He really does win his duels. So, William Saliba could be rested now and then. And Calafiore with Kivior, if Kivior doesn't leave us this summer, Gabriel Magalhaes could be also rested sometimes, and these players could come in and they can actually have a good level of performance with the starting 11. What more do they say about this one? This is funny. When you look at this guy, when you actually look at this guy and you look at his face, he doesn't look like a 21-year-old. He doesn't look like a 21-year-old. He looks like a full-fledged grown man, right? He's only 21-year-old though. He really is a 21-year-old. This is what they said on the Arsenal website. The 21-year-old defender arrived from Valencia in July 2025, where he made 90 appearances in all competition. Christian was with the Valencian Academy from the age of 12, progressing through the youth ranks before making his first team debut in the Copa del Rey as a 17-year-old in July 2022. His first La Liga appearance came just days later, starting at the Mestalla in a 1-1 draw against Sevilla. Ahead of 2023 and 24 campaign, Christian was officially promoted to the Valencian first team squad, soon becoming an integral part of the club's defense. Last season saw Christian start 37 games out of 38 La Liga matches in the campaign, playing every minute during his appearance, which means that he actually is one of those players that doesn't get injured very often. He doesn't get injured very often, and we do need that. You've seen how fragile Calafiore is. You've seen how fragile Tomiyasu was, right? You do need players that doesn't get injured very often, because things could happen with Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, right? So therefore, we need players that are fit and that can come in and perform and give us what we need, right? Let's continue. Born in Spain and also eligible to play for Colombia, right? I didn't know he was Colombian from the beginning. Christian has made 34 appearances at the youth level for Spain between under 15 and under 21 levels. He was also a member of the gold-winning squad at the Paris 2024 Olympics, with Spain defeating the host France 5-3 in the final. Like I said, this guy could be one of those that surprises us. And I actually watched him play against, it was Tottenham. He came in and he played. I wasn't focusing on him especially, but I seen him and the way he was moving about and the way he was passing the ball. I personally think he's good. I really do think he's good. And he could be one of those surprises as well. He could be one of those surprises that actually plays more games than we expect. So we do like it. We want our players to play more games and give our starting 11 some rest so they could be fit and ready for the big games. That's what we want. So let's jump into the next one. We already talked about the goalkeeper, Kepa, and we talked about Christian Mosquera. Now, before I jump on the next one, if you guys are new to the channel, right, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny to subscribe to the channel. And if you have an opinion, put your opinion, your comments down on the chat, and we will discuss it, right? We will talk about it as well. If you do agree with me, that's fine. If you do not agree with me, well, you can leave your opinion in the chat and we will see what happens next. So let's focus on the next one. We're going to jump on the next one. Next one, who is it? It is another Christian Nordgaard. And I think Christian Nordgaard, haven't seen him play for Brentford many a times, right? I personally think he is one of those leaders that can have a big impact on our season. Why? Because we do need leaders in our team. We really do need leaders in our team. Martin Ødegaard sometimes get things wrong. So therefore, if you have other leaders in the team, they can make him make those decisions better. Make the correct decisions, right? So it's good to have more leaders in the team. It really is good to have more leaders in the team. So let's see what AFC stuff said about this. They said, Bertha said, we are very pleased to welcome Christian Nordgaard to the club. He has been a consistently high performer in the Premier League. That is a fact. He has been performing very well for Brentford. And next one, he said, brings many qualities to our club. And I do think he will bring many qualities to our club. The quality of being a leader, definitely. They continue. The text says, he's a leader. and a player with high technical intelligence. He is a leader. I'm not too sure about the high technical intelligence. He is a versatile, and he will have, he says, a very positive impact on the squad. We welcome Christian to Arsenal. Now, he is an intelligent player. He really is an intelligent player. Being the age that he is and the way he rolls the ball, I think in the background, I really do think in the background that he will help the youngsters, the Bukayo Saka, the Naruri. Martin Odegaard is also very young as well. He will help him. I mean, most of the youngsters in the club, I think Christian Norgard will help them, right? Give them a better way of looking at things. And I think he's very intelligent. I really do think he's very intelligent. He's an intelligent player, right? He doesn't have a ton of pace, but the way he moves about, the way he distributes balls, he is a capable player. He could surprise us a lot in this season coming. He will play a few games, definitely. He is the backup. He is definitely the backup for Subamende. So we will see what happens on that one. So what did they say more about the player? From the Arsenal website, they gave us this. The Denmark international Christian joined in July from Brentford, where he made 196 appearances in all competition across 6 seasons. Right? 6 seasons. Christian joined, moved to no, we're gonna jump over this, so we don't need to read about his earlier careers at his homeland in Denmark. We're gonna start here. Christian moved to Italy in July 2018, signing for the Serie A side Fiorentina, where he spent a season before joining Brentford in May 2019. During his 6 seasons with the Brentford team, Christian consistently showcased his strength, his qualities from the midfield, playing an integrated role through one of the most successful periods in Brentford's history. That is impressive, you have to say, in Brentford's history. When the Brentford first came to the Premier League, I really thought they would be one of those teams that will be relegated. That's what I thought. But the fact that they actually fought and they actually performed and they kept themselves in the Premier League is impressive. It really is impressive. So in the Brentford history, including promotion to the Premier League after 74 years absence from the top flight. Christian became the captain ahead of the 2023-2024 campaign and ended his time in the West London with 122 Premier League appearances and scoring 13 goals and assisting 18 times. Another captain, another leader, which is good among youngsters, right? Having represented Denmark at youth level, Christian made his senior debut in a 0-0 draw against England September 2020 and has now gone on to make 35 appearances for his country, playing at Euro 2020 and Euro 2024, as well as the 2022 World Cup. That is Christian Norgard, my people. Another captain, another leader in amongst our players, and he could have a profound effect on our team and push us to where we want to go. Not necessarily as a starter, but as a backup player, right? And a player that will keep things rolling while the A team will have a bit of a rest. That's to be said. Next one. Let's jump on to the next one. Next one is the main man, the midfielder, Martin Supermende. Ben Martinson said this about the player, and this was in June 8th, right? What a performance from Subamende again. The way he dictates the tempo of the games and how well he times his incisive passes is a quality. Subamende has such a good feel for the game, right? The fact that his incisive passes are calculated and well timed makes them even more effective. Now, I watch him closely, this player. I really do watch him closely, and I watched him playing for the Spanish national team, right? I watched him playing for Real Sociedad as well when I first heard about him, and I think he is the guy that will have the biggest impact in our season. The way he passes the ball, the way he actually looks up and gives you those long range passes from the half of the field, right? He will open up a lot of defense. He will open up a lot of defense by threading through those passes in between, right? For Victor Gyökeres, for Bukayo Saka. If we do get Essien on the left side, beautiful. But if not, it will be Martinelli. Those players, right? Combining him with Martin Odegaard, hopefully he will kick into a good form. I'm hoping so. But he is a man who knows how to pass the ball, and he's a very intelligent player. Trust me, he is a very intelligent player. And if you guys have watched the pre-season, the games that we had against AC Milan, against Newcastle, right? Then you can see literally that this guy is not messing about. He is a proper midfielder, a CDM that knows how to play, CDM that is really good on the ball, that will give you those key passes to the front line, right? He is impressive. He really is impressive player. Now, what does the Arsenal website say about Martin Subamende? What do they say? Let's have a look. The 26-year-old arrived from Real Sociedad in the summer 2025, for whom he made 236 appearances in all competition at the first team level after graduating from the club's academy. So he really truly just played for Real Sociedad, right? In April 2021, Martin helped Real Sociedad win the delayed 2019 and 2020 Copa del Rey against intercity rivals Athletic Club. Amongst current gunners like Mikel Merino, and was also a teammate there for Martin Odegaard. We know that Martin Odegaard played for Real Sociedad, and Mikel Merino played for them as well. He was ever present in 2022 and 2023 as Real Sociedad secured their highest league finish in recent history, ending the season in a fourth place to secure Champions League for the only third time, and that is the first in 10 years. As a Spanish international, Martin started all 5 games in the 2020 Olympic Games as they claimed silver in Tokyo, and has gone to make 19 senior appearances for La Roya and winning the 2023 Nations League, UEFA Nations League. He then helped his country defeat England 2001. No, not 2001. He helped his country defeat England 2-1 to win the Euro 2024, coming on as a halftime substitute to make a huge impact for his country. Now he is an impact player. He really is an impact player, and he is a brilliant on the ball. He really is very good on the ball. And I personally as a Stockholm Gunner, I think he will be the one that will have the biggest impact in Arteta's system. He really will. And there's a reason why Arteta has been going after him for so long, right? You guys remember it. It's not like we were looking at him this summer. We looked at him last summer and the season before that as well. So he will have the biggest impact. He will have the biggest impact in our season. And I think together with Victor Gyökeres, those two will have the biggest impact in the season. This is, bear in mind that we are going after Ebrishi Esse. So he could be another player that will have a profound impact on our season if we do get him. So we will look forward to it and see what happens on the SCF front. Now, let's jump on to the next one. Who could it be? It is Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke, my people. Noni Madueke. What do we say about this player? You guys already know my point of view on this player. I said my piece on this one. But let's have a look what Ben Martinson says on this player. I have not been active on here for the past week. But I have seen the reaction to this Madueke deal, and it is baffling, he says. Okay, it is more money than I expected for him, but he wasn't a first choice. But as a player, we've been crying out for Maverick, and finally got one. Do I agree with this? Do I agree with that? I don't agree with that. And when you say Maverick, seriously? I know that Madueke has such a strong personality. He's a character. He really is a character. But a Maverick, that is just pushing a little bit too far. And I don't really know. One thing I have to say about the player is that he is one of those players that can drive the ball forward. He really is one of those players that can drive the ball from our halves into the half of the opponents, and then cross it in when given the opportunity. He's a good ball carrier. Definitely, he's a good ball carrier. Now, does that make him a Maverick? No, I don't think so. I do not agree with Ben Martinson on this one. But let's go further on and have a look what the Arsenal website says about the player, right? They have written this. The England international joined us on a long-term contract from Chelsea in July 2025. The 23-year-old, right, North London-born forward made 92 appearances in all competition for the Blues, helping them win the UEFA Conference League and the Club World Cup in 2024 and 2025. Born and raised in Barnet, right, he began his youth career at Crystal Palace and then Tottenham Spurs, right, before moving to Netherlands, joining PSV Eindhoven in 2018. There, the powerful winger soon broke into the first team as a 17-year-old, impressing with his direct attacking style. We do need a direct attacking style. We really definitely do need a direct attacking style on the left side more than the right side, because Bukayo Saka keep doing his thing. So it is the left side that is the problem that we currently have because of Martinelli's poor, I have to say, performances. Trossard looked a little bit better, but I think Trossard is going to be leaving us this summer. I really do think so. Brentford is keen on the player, and we will see what happens on that one. Noni, rapid progression continued with a dynamic wide forward, making 80 first team appearances for the PSV before moving to Chelsea in July 2023. Representing England through the youth levels, Noni made his first debut in September 2024 against Finland, making his first cap with an assist. To date, he has played 7 times for the Three Lions. That is what they say about Nune Madueke. He could surprise us. He could surprise us. I will keep my opinions to myself and see what he does on that field. But I think for some reason, I think my thoughts and my opinions will be confirmed regarding this player. So I'm gonna leave it at that and see what happens when the season kicks off. And we're probably gonna see him in the next two preseason matches that we're gonna have. So let's have a look at how he performs. Whether he will have an impact, I don't know. I'm not too sure. So I will keep my opinion to myself on this one and jump on the next one. The next one is the big guy up front, Victor Gyökeres. We've been without a striker for so long, and this is the striker that we went after, and this is the striker that we got. And I think he will change the way we play. He will definitely change. He has to. Mikel Arteta has to adapt to the way that Victor Gyökeres plays. He's direct. He runs through the channels, right? He's always in the box. That's what you want from a striker, and that directness and that quick counter attacks is more suited for Victor Gyökeres. But what did Ben Matchison say about this player? Not my first choice, he said, but one of the biggest bonuses of Victor Gyökeres over others is his mentality. Everybody keeps saying this about his mentality. I just have to wait and see what we see of his mentality. I really do have to wait and see because I have to say, I'll watch him play for the Swedish national team together with Isak, right? Alexander Isak. And there has been a lot of questions regarding who is the better striker, right? Between Alexander Isak and Victor Gyökeres. Watching them play together in the Swedish national team, they combine with each other very well. They compound with each other very well. And they help each other very often. And they are two different strikers. They are completely two different strikers. They really are. Isak is the better ball playing striker. He really is. He's more technical. He dribbles a lot. And Victor Gyökeres, he's more direct. He's the one that gives you the goals. He scores the goals. He's all about scoring those goals for you, right? They are different type, but they are two different strikers. They really are. So who will have the biggest impact? I really hope that Victor Gyökeres has more impact than Alexander Isak. If we went for Alexander Isak and we got Alexander Isak, then I will be saying the same thing. As long as the player is Arsenal player, right? That is my bias. That is my bias. So Victor Gyökeres is an excellent player. He really is an excellent attacker, and he will have one of the biggest impact on the way that we play and the way we score goals. But what does the Arsenal website say about the player? And this is the last player on the list that I'm going to be talking about, right? And they say this: the 27-year-old striker arrived from Sporting Lisbon, yes, in July 2025, where he scored incredible 97 goals in 102 appearances. That is impressive. That really is impressive. Now, I know the Ballon d'Or was won by Mbappe, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was the Golden Boot. It was the Golden Boot. Now, the Golden Boot was won by Mbappe, but Victor Gyökeres scored more goals than Mbappe. And the reason why they didn't give him the Golden Boot is the fact that he wasn't playing for the highest leagues in Europe, right? They consider the Portuguese league the lower league for some odd reason. But we will see what he does in Arsenal shirt. During his 2 seasons with Sporting, Victor helped the team win back-to-back Portuguese league titles, right? A national cup, and was the league's top scorer in both campaigns. He was the top scorer in both campaigns. He has also excelled at the international level. Yes, I'm aware of that. He is very good, scoring 15 goals in his 26 appearances for the Swedish national team. Born in Stockholm, Victor started his career with the Brommapojkarna, right, where he developed through their youth academy and made his senior debut as a 17-year-old. In July 2018, the clinical goal scorer joined Brighton, during which time he enjoyed loan spell at Swansea, Swansea City, St. Paul's, and Coventry City, moving to the Sky Blues permanently in 2021, helping them reach the championship playoff final in 2023, and was named in the division teams of the season. Sporting then made a move for him that summer, and he ended his first season netting 29 league goals to win the championship. Being named the Portuguese League Player of the Year and finished top scorer. He retained the title with incredible 39 goals in 33 games, and in 2024 and 2025 helped Sporting to a domestic double. He was one of the reasons that they actually won that twice in a row, right? He also ended the campaign with 6 further goals in the Champions League. Now, this is the part where you can see the quality of the player. He didn't only score in the Portuguese League, he scored in the European League, he scored in the Champions League, where you are playing against a top quality teams from Europe, right? So, including a hat-trick against Man City. You guys do remember Man City? The way he bullied Man City. The way he bullied Man City defenders. I think he was exceptionally good in that game, right? Against Man City, and finished as a top scorer in 2024 and 2025 Nation League with a 9 to his name. That is Victor Gyökeres, people. That is Victor Gyökeres, an impressive player, and hopefully he will be even more impressive in the Arsenal shirt. Like I said, those are the players and the ones that's going to have the biggest impact. Personally, I think it is Supermendy and Victor Gyökeres. If we do get SCA, he will also have a massive impact. That is my opinion, right? What do you guys think? Will those two players have a profound impact? And the other players as they back up, will they come in and have an impact on our season? Let me know. Leave your comments down below, right? And let me know what you think. For you guys who's new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you a penny. Smash the like for the video. And I'm going to end the stream here because I spoke about all 6 players from our transfer signings, right? That's it. And hopefully Bertha will go and get us a Brishi essay. Now I'm going to leave it at that. And I wish you a good day. Enjoy your day. Take care. Bye-bye.